Hi everyone, this is Stanley, and in this video I will show you a brief walkthrough of how to use NSAS management portal. So once you have your WISE-PaaS account, you can visit our technical portal page, which looks like this. And on this page you will be able to find all the documentations on the services and functions of WISE-PaaS. And what I'm going to do in this session is to walk you through this management portal user guide in brief. So from our technical portal, you can sign into your WISE-PaaS account with this sign in button here on top. Clicking that, it will ask you to input your credentials for your WISE-PaaS access. Okay, so after signing into my WISE-PaaS account, I can see the sign in button changes to my space button, and under this menu there is a management portal link. I can click this link and it will bring me to my management portal for NSAS. So from this page you can see it lists the organization I belong to, and the organization, it shows that for this organization I have a total number of 48 instances running at the moment. And for this organization, it doesn't have an instance limitation. And for memory, for this organization, it has a total of 32 gigabytes of memory, and I'm currently using 25.8 gigs. Okay. So for here, I can click into my organization and see a list of spaces for this organization. And what spaces are, they are isolated developing environments. So you can have different spaces for your teams of developers for them to deploy their applications without interfering the work of other development teams. Okay, so on this page you can see that we can create more spaces by clicking this big add box or this add icon on the top. Clicking this button, it will ask me to provide a space name. So you can just test space, and the options here are the memory allocations for in total for this space. So I have a numerous memory size selections, and I can select how many instances are allowed for each services that is subscribed to this space. And for my applications, I can also set limits for how many instances are allowed per application and how much memory each instance of the application can use, as well as how many routes I can create for a application. Okay, and here, so for example, for this training space, I have unlimited number of instances can be executed under this space, and I'm currently running 6 instances, and I have a total of 8 gigabytes of memory for this space, and I'm currently using 2.4 gigabytes. Okay, and here we also see a space quota, and this is an easier way for you to predefine some resource setting combinations, and these setting combinations can be easily applied to the different spaces. For example, you can see this training space highlighted in blue. That means I have applied the setting here for this space. So training space will have unlimited number of instances count for the application, but for service instances, you can have uh, only the total of 20 instances, and the memory limit is 8 gigabytes. So if I go back to my stage list and see my training, yeah, I have unlimited instances for applications and 8 gigabytes of total memory. And also here under the usage tab, I can see uh, the consumption snapshots of uh, my WISE-PaaS account. So currently, what's showing here is for the period of yesterday, how many messages have been exchanged through my IoT hub. And I can also check the resource consumption for my MongoDB service and my PostgreSQL service. I can also select dates, start and end date, uh, to see my metric. And I can also check this metric based on spaces. For example, uh, how much memory is being used by the different spaces. And if we want an easier graph, we can also have uh, graphs for us to easily to see the matrix in a more readable manner. Okay, so let's dive into our space. For example, in our training space, we can see under the application list of all the applications that have been deployed to my WISE-PaaS space. And this state switches allows me to easily toggle between executing an application or stopping an application. And from here, we can see that for this particular application, I have allocated for this application to execute only with one instance. And if I have multiple instances, I'll be able to expand the list and see all the states of my instances by clicking this arrow sign. But currently for this, it has only one. And on top here, I can see the CPU usage and memory consumption as well as my disk storage consumption. So for these applications, I'm using I have allocated a total of 256 megabytes of memory for this application to use, and this is per instance. And for this instance of this application, I have allocated 1 gigabyte of hard disk space for this application to use as its file system. Okay, so clicking on these applications, I can see that I have no route assigned for this application. And these are the environment variables for my application. So for my application, I can simply, for example, I can simply get MongoDB connection parameters by reading this parameter variable. And more details on this can be found in our deploy application to WISE-PaaS user guide, which can also be found under our documentation page. Okay, and on this part here, it shows the most recent log, and the message here are actually the standard out streams that our applications output to the console, and our management portal is capable of capturing that and shows the most recent log that this application has displayed. Okay, so let's see an example of an application with routes attached. So here you can see that we have different routes attached to the application. And if I click on the link, it will open the homepage of this application for me. And the routes for all of my applications, or the routes I have defined under this base scope, are all listed here. And for example, if I click into one of them, I'll be able to check which which application this route has been attached to. So as we can see here, this route isn't attached to anything. And if I want to make it attached to some application, I can simply just click on the application, and you'll see that application has been highlighted. So if I go back to my application and I check on my application, I can see that I have a route attached, which I have just done. Okay, and service instance list here shows what WISE-PaaS services this space has subscribed to. For example, this space we have subscribed to InfluxDB, MongoDB service, Postgres service, as well as RabbitMQ, which is our IoT hub service. And I can add subscription to services by clicking this plus sign right here. So for example, I can attach another MongoDB. I just click on MongoDB and press OK. It will ask me to set a name. And okay, then I'm done. I added another DB service for use within the space. And the difference between the different service plans for our services is that by default, most of our services are shared, which means that when we are subscribing to these services, we are sharing the instance of this MongoDB cluster. So which means that we're sharing the MongoDB with other users of WISE-PaaS. But the collection belongs to the subscriber of this service, so we don't have to worry about other users being able to see our data. That's been taken care of by our platform's multi-tenancy support. Okay, so these are services, and I can easily remove services too. I just click on my service and I press the delete button. You will ask me to type in the name to confirm. I just confirm and it's removed. Same thing with applications. If we want to see applications, we can just select the application and click the delete icon and to confirm to delete. Same thing with route too. Okay, so this is space. And under account, every user can check their profile in the account, my profile section. And here it will show you some information related to your account specifically for crowdfunding. And users can also change their password from here. And they can check their CS scopes, which is what spaces did my account has granted access to. So I can see that for this training space, I have all the administrative privileges, etc. I have access to all the spaces, and also the last one here it shows what my roles for our single sign-on services. So I have a tenant role, which means that when accessing all of the services or applications that integrate single sign-on or WISE-PaaS should be given a high administrative privilege for all the integrated services. Okay, and if you are an administrator, you will have this user tab. Under here, you can view the list of WISE-PaaS accounts belonging to your organization. And from here, you can select a user and do some editing, modifying user profile, as well as appending or removing their task permissions and their scope, what spaces does this account have access to, etc. And of course, I can also create new users under WISE-PaaS, under this WISE-PaaS organization. So same thing, I can add users, edit their profile, and then grant permissions for this user account. And one important thing to know if you're an administrator is that the email here is what the platform identifies the account to create a unique ID for the account. So what if somebody has already registered an account on WISE-PaaS with a particular email, you will not be able to use that email against an account. It will give you an error message. And also, once an account has been created, the platform will send a confirmation email to this address, to the address you use as username, and notify that user to log in with the initial password and to change their password at the first login. Okay, so this briefly is how you can use the NSAS management portal. And if you have any questions, please visit our technical portal for more documentation, or you can contact any of our Advantech sales or me at stanley.yeh@advantech.com.tw. Thank you.